Hello and welcome to a very lazy video. Yeah, I'm putting in very little effort into this and maybe very little editing. So I wanted to show you a thrift store PlayStation I bought. Can you tell which one it is? Well, if you look, that won't close. And this one, which is the one I usually use, closes just fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, if you have a PlayStation, I'm sure you know. So I'm going to put this one off to the side. And I'm going to show you how to fix this. So I bought this from a thrift store for about 15 bucks. And I bought it because it is the SCPH 5501 model, which tends to be, I don't know, I mean, this one's a 7501. And this one, you know, is basically before any major cost cutting came into play. So I just want to show you really quick how easy it is to fix this problem. So hold on a second and I will go ahead and get the bottom off of it. Okay, so now I've got that taken care of, and we're going to go ahead and remove the lid. I'm only me today. I don't have Chromancer as my cameraman because this is a spur moment thing. So let's see here. So now you have these little tabs down in here that kind of let the buttons come out. So there's this one here. This is for the power button, which probably needs to be done, but for now this is just looking at the whatchamacallit, at the eject button. I'm going to try to do this without removing the spring mechanism here because I don't want to deal with that. But there we have it. See, this pops it right out. So now, see if I can get this in here correctly. Bunch of junk in here and stuff like that. Also should be some on this button too. That's usually what causes this problem. So I've got Q-tips and a cap full of rubbing alcohol here. So go ahead and just clean this out because I don't have a tripod or anything. So this is a little bit hard to do with one hand as one person who's not experienced at filming. Let's see here. And then let's see here. How can I film this correctly? Here, hold on a second. Just have to take my word on it. And there we have it. It's not perfect. I'm actually going to give this whole thing a bath. But just for sake of repair, that's basically, should work now. And this should just pop right back in. Actually, hang on, I see a spot I missed. Okay. Now let's go ahead and try popping this back in and see. And I feel like that tends to be the problem with these. Is just, you know, the button and the cavity here being dirty. That usually is what happens. So this just goes right in as long as you have it in correctly. And there we go. It's not perfect, but it will work. Oh, hang on. See, I spoke too soon. It's not perfect now. It's still sticking a little bit. But if I clean that a bit more thoroughly, rather than, you know, trying to clean up while filming a video real quick, then that should work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take apart this whole system and give it a bath and, yeah, just give everything a nice good cleaning and let it dry out. And I'll cut back to when that is done, because I don't have the skills or the manpower with me in order to go through the whole disassembly process through the video. By the way, hopefully that looked okay there. I think the camera just adjusted its brightness. So yeah, I will cut back to when I get this thing reassembled, and we will plug it in over by that Nintendo, and we will see if it works, because at this point, I don't even know if it does work. I didn't even test it. Okay, so for you guys, it's only been like a second, just a transition. For me, this has been a few days. Because when I got the thing back together, I realized that the spindle, which is this piece right here, was pretty much seized. You can see how this spins just fine. But on this one here, it did not want to spin really very much at all. So I've got a new one, a generic one off eBay, and I'm not sure if it's totally correct or how good quality it is, because I mean, it seems like if you're not careful, it just will rub a little bit. But if I'm gonna be honest with you, I've already tried this PlayStation out in a failed take, and it's a bit grouchy even with cleaning the lasers. So these 5501s like this, SCPH 5501, they're very grouchy. It's just better to replace the laser usually. So probably what I'll end up doing. You can probably hear my dog. He's coming upstairs, I think. But I'll show you anyway, though. So this might make us a decent backup system, if anything. But we have driver 1 and the system right now. See, that's one way you can tell it's struggling right there. Is kind of hangs on the white logo there for a bit, or white background. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I can definitely hear the laser moving. So it did load. That's good. By the way, sorry my finger is getting in front of the screen. But again, I'm not used to filming. Used to recording stuff. So one thing's for sure too is even these in good shape tend to have problems with FMVs in games. So I guarantee if I put something FMV related in, it's gonna struggle. Matter of fact, let's see here. We should be coming up on the intro. So yeah, this is a $15 thrift store PlayStation, and you know, I mean, I spent like, I don't know, maybe $5 to $10 on a new spindle, and it seems to be okay. Seems like you just gotta be cautious with it. I mean, otherwise, like I said, you can hear a disc is rubbing, but that's okay. It seems more my fault than anything. Maybe the case isn't on her correctly, I'm not sure. So far, the FMV seems like it's doing okay, which is surprising. So let's try to get into an actual drive real quick. I don't think this game supports analog, but that's okay. So just filming with one hand, playing with the other hand, so gotta make do. Seems like it's loading decently fine. Who knows, honestly. The system may have just been, you know, it may have been sat. It may have sat for such a long time that maybe the spindle, as well as all the grease inside the laser itself, just dried out to the point to where it's just, you know, it's just not in great shape anymore. So maybe the more I use it, the more it will work, I guess. Let's see here. I don't think analog works for this game, does it? Oh, it does. Well, cool. I didn't realize analog worked with this. Thought it'd freeze it up. So let's just see if I can drive for a bit without the game crashing. Or freezing, rather. Because I've had all too many times where I've been playing this game and all of a sudden it'll freeze. So I'm kind of wondering if it'll do that. Or another thing you'll see too is sometimes graphics just won't load incorrectly. Like on the buildings here. San Francisco is fun to play, by the way. Especially if you enable the still cheat. So yeah, I think that's a decent test. I think that overall, let me actually switch, or let me switch this over real quick. I think overall, I mean, for $15, and like I said, I think the spindle was like an extra, so we'll call it like 25 bucks basically. 25 bucks. It's not terrible. I mean, this is still a good model. It's still one without cost cutting. The one over here I have, hold on. This one is also good. This is the one I mainly use. It's a 7501, and these are good too. But I mean, it's just that they have more cost-cutting measures in place. So on that front, I don't like it as much as opposed to this one. But I think this one will be good as a good backup, though. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I will go ahead and just leave this hooked up for a little while and use as my main system. The other one here can be my backup for a while, and we can see what happens. At least I can see what happens. I'm not gonna make an update video or anything, but yeah, there you go. A thrift store PlayStation 1 for 25 bucks with repairs, And if you never knew how to repair the lid, it's easy. The spindle, by the way, if you want to fix that on your PlayStation, sorry about the hand, by the way, it's really simple to do. So this just pops off. I can never get this off without breaking it, but, you know, even if you break it, if you need to replace it, whatever, the old one you just pop on and push on, and there you go. So, I mean, and don't forget either, if your PlayStation isn't working correctly, try cleaning the laser. This is easy, it's cheap, it's Q-tip and rubbing alcohol, clean the laser real quick, and there you go. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say, because otherwise I'm going to ramble on for another 10 more minutes. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe for more like this, and whatever else I publish, whenever. Thanks for watching.